second shelf in the corner. You opened it and you're like, holy fuck, Dad, like you found all the good shit that you smuggled.
So he has rolls of coins and he was like, shove as much as you can in the safe. And I was like, got it, Greg. But here's a coin. It was so heavy. And I had to do it incognito. So like she didn't know that I was taking heavy, like all of the things that they didn't want stolen. Is that how I got the gold? No, I for sure had the gold nugget. I acquired some other jewelry that I was like, if I take it out of the house, it stays forever with me.
Oh, there's
I think I got my grandmother's
there's
silver.
the justification.
Yeah, just pretend like she stole it, Dad, because it ain't coming back, Greg.
This is why my mom likes you so much. When I was overseas, I used to ship all my crap home and my mom would go through my boxes and she's like, oh, I really like this. I'll put it up. I have this beautiful like sculpture I got in Greece. It sits on their fireplace. I have paintings hanging in their house. I have Ethan Allen down-filled side chairs. They're in their living room. She says when she dies, I can have them back. I'm like, that's my crap. She's like, it clearly looks better in my house than yours.
So it's
we wouldn't know.
Kevin, Jen worked on a cruise ship. Sorry, Kevin, Jen worked on a cruise ship. So,
so you passed it all along while you're on the cruise.
All over the place. Yeah.
Wait, so at one point y'all saw that necklace? My father, Greg, had a matching bracelet that was like those little nuggets all around like the wrists.
Who are
and
you?
That's what I took. And I was like, this is mine now. And
when
he
you
was
held
like,
up the necklace, I heard like a thump thump. I mean, it's fucking heavy, right? Anybody hear?
You know what it looks like? Them little balls that hang from the back of a truck.
We're going to talk about balls
truck
tonight.
nuts, right, Kevin?
Truck nuts, right?
Yes. No, it's like 80s jewelry, guys. Hello.
I didn't have it. What did I have in 80s?
I think everything in the 80s was plastic.
Is it not gold?
Stuff.
I thought it was plastic and big hair and Grateful Dead dresses. I thought that's what the 80s was.
Hairspray.
Okay, I have a question about methadone.
Okay,
how does it make the person feel? Like, if it's so wonderful, maybe I should start taking methadone. I've never taken anything but pot and drink.
No,
I mean, is it going to be something that would enhance my life?
No.
No, Mal. No.
How do you know? You've never taken it, Cindy.
Mel, I'm pretty sure that it's not for you, okay? Bottom line, I don't think any of us here have done methadone. I'm pretty sure Kevin has been pretty clean,
Yeah, it's a pain relief thing, so it blocks the receptors for pain. So it's helpful for that. And there's more useful things that don't have to be as intense to be able to block the receptors for pain, because that's why you feel so good, because you're like, there's no pain in my life right now at all. I'm on this opiate that's freaking great. And there's not as many Suboxone doctors, but there are methadone clinics. So it's a step down from it, kind of like not having the good furniture in your house, but having the crappy furniture and looking and going, I'll get that someday, but living your life. So it's nothing you should try because
I don't think I should try it. I was just wondering.
And the reason why
seem like a fun drug.
No, because you have to keep going because it's still.
Heroin is the fun drug. Methadone is just like.
Don't you have to needle heroin? That is
no. You can smoke it and you can snort it.
You can do almost any drug in liquid, in pill, and in the nose snorting.
Right, but shooting it's probably going to get you the fastest, best effects because it's going straight into your veins. Yes, Jen.
So while we're drug questioning, Kevin, what are your thoughts on doing cocaine for fun?
Are you on plan?
This isn't about me. It's about somebody who's on here, and I don't know if they want to ask. So I'm just going to go ahead and ask.
Not me, Mom. I swear.
Well, I will answer you. Yes. When you say fun, there are three.
It's a one-time Saturday night with the girls in the hot tub.
Okay. Well, one time
nuts around our necks.
Saturday night with the girls in the hot tub should be fun enough, but people say Coke or marijuana or whatever makes things even better. But the reason why it makes it better is because it doesn't really make it better. You have three happy juices in your brain. You have dopamine, norepinephrine, and serotonin. And what it does is it kicks those off, or it keeps those in your brain longer, which are the same chemicals that if you're having a really good hot tub or really good sex or really good hike or whatever your really good thing is, it's
I get in there
in your brain.
Can I just tell you, I'm getting turned on hearing about hot tub and sex. I'm sorry.
In hiking, Kevin, you're such a man.
Okay, focus, Melanie.
Hike? That's not a thing?
Yeah, trust me, it's a thing because Teresa's an iron woman, so she gets high off of that.
See? What it does, it maintains in your brain, but the damage of cocaine and other drugs too, but cocaine specifically, is you come down off it, and then you need the substance in order to feel the good instead of just feeling the orgasm or feeling the hike or feeling the art or the whatever you have of the music that's just as fun. So you don't build your emotional and brain muscles as well. So
okay, so is it something that you can actually? I have a friend, and he swears he only uses it socially.
You can. Oh, absolutely.
He said once a month, and I don't know everything.
Yes.
I've read, and I don't need pot. I know nothing about drugs. Give me a bottle of wine. But is that possible? Like,
yes, very much so. Cocaine, it can be a very social drug. We lost Teresa. Anyway, cocaine is yes, you can definitely use.
If
not smoking crack, but just snort,
if you're not addicted already. But if you're addicted already, you can't use any of it without it being progressive, because addiction is a progressive disease. So if you're not an addict yet, you're progressing towards being an addict, but it might not be you. It might be your next generation, or it might be you on your next thing, or when you're in your 90s, when there's a new drug that's off of fentanyl that you're like, I just want to do this and not feel pain. You might be addicted then, but you don't know when you're going to be addicted. So
I think if you're going to be a druggie, 90 is like the perfect age to jump all in.
Yes, it's a good
How long a high is it? How long a high is cocaine?
God, you know what? I haven't done that cocaine since the
the
80s. Like it was, I know people that still snort coke socially. It's not like,
Yeah, and it's fast acting and it's short term, and
but like smoking crack is like, that's cocaine, but that's hardcore.
Well, yeah, it's cocaine mixed with other stuff that makes it much cheaper. So it's the same hardcore. It's just you don't know what it's mixed with.
Let's be fair. The premier of our province regularly smokes crack, and he's still running the province. So I don't know that it's really that big a deal.
Let's do crack and find out. I'm joking.
Talk to the Ford brothers. The other one ran Ontario. They keep getting busted for crack.
Look, Kevin, you are so knowledgeable at this too. I mean, I was like, who knew that asking you about methadone you'd have all these answers? But yes, you are a therapist, and I'm sure you've been a drug counselor in the past.
I'm a drug and alcohol counselor. I'm an art therapist, and I'm a social worker. So
right. So wait, awesome. Which one do you practice now?
I practice all of them. If people want to come to me for art, I do art with them. If people want to come to me for drugs, I do therapy, but don't give them drugs. And
okay. I didn't realize. Okay, because my girlfriend used to be a drug and alcohol counselor when she first started. That was how she started, but she's not now. But yeah, so I didn't. Well, Kevin, I just learned something new. I didn't realize you were so. I just thought you were doing therapy for fucked up people that are dead inside like me. I didn't.
It's for everybody. It's for fucked up people who are dead inside and people who have life still in them. So it's for everybody.
Okay. Kevin is like all rounded of a therapist. I love that for you.
Yeah, I've been doing comedy.
All that stuff that like Teresa snuck out of her parents' house, Kevin can like appraise and give you prices on. And then maybe you can do some party favors with.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on to the next question. From Mel. Mel, are you ready?
Oh God, I was thinking today, I'm a middle-aged woman, and like, my ex-husband was 14 years older than me, right? Oh. So like he's like 60 something now and I'm 49. So like I saw his balls sag. Like, wow, these are sagging balls. This is very serious. Okay. So I never really knew what age men's balls sag and wrinkle. Okay. First of all, I hate balls. Okay. I mean, I'm just like, don't show me the balls. Like, I don't want one of those ball things, And for
You
other
don't want
things.
a truck. What did you call a truck nuts?
But what is okay? If there's two parts to this question, like two balls, two parts. Okay. Most women don't like balls. I don't know. I just tell you that, Cindy, right? I mean, I'm just like, don't show them to me. They're sweaty. They don't turn me on. Okay. So what age do men's balls start to come down? And do they go in the water? The other thing is when they wrinkle, would you or anybody else do scrotox? This is very important. Have you heard of scrotox?
What?
Jen?
Wait, did they do that?
About scrotox? I don't know.
Remember, Jen, we did a whole podcast.
Scrotox.
I can't even talk because I'm thinking about balls. They're not in my mouth. Okay, scrotox. Explain to Kevin what scrotox.
It's
I want to know.
balls. They just make them look not so like.
So you can get Botox in your nuts, Kevin, and it makes them look
so it's more
younger
filler.
and yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have a brother, so I don't know.
All
Smooth
right.
it skin a little bit.
Okay.
But
So
makes it
tucks
like
it in.
Christmas bulbs.
Who on this podcast has gotten Botox and or something similar?
Okay, wait a minute. I want to hear about the balls first, Teresa.
But I need to. I
You got your
understand
gold
that,
nuggets.
that I feel like that would really hurt.
Oh,
Do men
No pain,
do
no
that
gain.
in real
Take
life?
some meth before you do it. I don't know.
man, it's a new thing. It is. It's scrotox, and there's just is. But when Mel said, if you sit on the toilet, do your balls hit the water? Like that's fucking.
I want to know what my dad and my ex-husband are dealing with now. They have swimmers.
You want to empathize and see if they're in the pool? Yes.
You know that when you get old, you have to get a circumcision again. That's a
We
fact.
want to know a man's point of view, Teresa. I love you, but come on, Kevin.
I don't know about the second circumcision, but
that ain't happening, Kevin.
if it's a voluntary thing, I'm going to opt out of it. But the first time your balls drop is in puberty because you start to develop, and then your balls start to drop there, and then it's a progressive thing, just like addiction. Is it slowly over time? There's a point where eventually your balls drop enough that if you have the same toilet that you're going to all the time, it's that scary time where eventually it just hits, and you're like, "No, I have hit that." And that's probably somewhere in your 40s, maybe your 50s, where that happens.
Like our boobs. It's like the women, our boobs sag. I mean, I always say when I'm dealing with it, this point in my life is rocks in a sock. Like this.
Yes, it's the same thing, just on a smaller scale for most people.
So
with
you
balls.
had little baby marbles in a little bag. This is what the
So with scrotox, what they do is they inject Botox in it. And just think about like shiny Christmas bulbs. That's kind of like what your balls are going to look like a shiny apple.
And it's
Do you know anybody that had this done?
I've never heard of it, and it's probably not a thing that at least most guys that I know would discuss that they do it, because they'd probably be embarrassed initially, but there should be no shame apparently with it. And
So you've never gotten balls, a picture of some guy's balls, right? Do they send ball pictures? Probably not.
No, I don't think anybody's attracted to balls across the board. I don't know anybody who's like, I want to see those ball pics and all too. But there is a moment where, like, when you haven't had orgasm for a while, where they're as fertile as possible, where you're like, okay, they're like Christmas bulbs and all too. So that's probably what they're going for with the scrotox. So. If you have to keep releasing as you build.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea that was a thing.
I think it's a thing. I don't know if there's research
I
in
agree.
it.
I mean, I could see, right? If there's no release, they're going to be fuller and they're going to look nicer.
Right, you keep producing sperm,
and then they stay,
and then they stop producing sperm, and once you're full, and then you release, and then they produce
the blue balls. Or is that a myth?
The myth is that they're caused by somebody. The reality is that anytime, and I don't think this is necessarily a gender thing, but anytime you're like getting close to orgasm and close to orgasm, close to orgasm, and holding a muscle, like whether it's your biceps or your dick, if you're holding that really tight for a really long time, it's going to create pressure, and it's going to start to ache if it creates that much pressure. But I don't think it's necessarily blue. It's just you've been holding it for a long time, and you're like, all right, now I want to relax, and you don't get to relax. So
like a balloon, right? Like a balloon.